insomnia. So even though it's early, it's almost 10 o'clock here um, at the Atlanta area, on the East Coast, 10 o'clock. But um, I have something to do tomorrow. I have to go to an office here, one of the Social Security offices. But anyway, so I just can't go to sleep, and I decided to do just again videos. Doesn't matter how long it takes. I hope you can always watch it later. It doesn't. For me, the live version is easier because I don't have to go to iMovie and do a video and so on cut off. I'm just gonna talk, and whatever comes to mind, and I will simply keep talking about it, and then after you're done, after I'm done, you can simply type questions in the comments. The what means to build the credentials? To build the credential is, you see, people are the only people who are in a way kind of after you if you are gang stalked, and the stupidest, everybody calls you that you're stupid sometimes because whoever it doesn't believe in gang stalking, or even people who do believe in gang stalking, they're kind of aggressive toward you, and so you have to build up a credentials in order to some people to tell you. When some people tell you that you are this and this, you can simply tell them to get lost in a way, because you are who you are, and you are sometimes targeted, and there is an explanation about it. And some people, as I said, will try to demean you in a way that you're not worthy to be targeted of something like this. I talked about a long time, very for more than 3 years, that since I have this channel, the nuclear research of my father's, which was a nuclear patent, was stolen. And this is one of the credentials that I have, because the power the the patent that he had with another gentleman is very good explanation why you can be gang stalked. And because it's the patent by itself, it's related to new generations weapons, even though it started as a simple I beam, in a way, the ionic beam that warms up plasma in warms up plasma with helium and helium in helium, uh, kind of a, I call it pipe, but it's not a pipe. It's just a helium that keeps the plasma inside, and the ionic beam is actually the one that warms up the plasma. And with the offshoot of this type of discoveries are have military applications. So when something has military applications, and somebody gets I'm sorry, I just pressed like a lower corner, which kind of muffles the sound. So the whoever gets those military applications, there's a lot of money involved, and not just a lot of money involved. It's long time secrecy involved. When you try to get information, it doesn't matter where. If it's just in the private company or you go to Department of Defense, you have how I call it, um, um, red tape up your rear end for a very long time. And this red tape allows people who gang stalk you to continue gang stalking you, because when you get the information, I get them, here you go, this is what you do, and why you do it to me, you can shut them up. You can take them to court. So if you have secrets in front of you, I'm sorry, again, secrets in front of you, you cannot fight them. So not just that, as I said, gang stalkers will create a surroundings for you. They'll be really hostile. Um, the credentials, as I said, I will go through years. I will just simply tell small stuff. Um, my mother, as I said, she died recently, and she had she took a lot of secrets with her, even though some of them I knew. She was a great woman, but she was a person that that knew a lot of people uh, in uh, in the governments and a lot of people in religious communities. Okay, um, and the some of the stuff that she told me lost long time ago. She was Alex, don't talk about it much. Talk sometimes after years. So here the years, several years passed, and not just several years. I am in the United States for a very long time, and my gang stalking. There was very vicious situation that I had in 1993. It was in April. This month was 30 years exactly when gang stalkers used my some of my friends actually to participate, and it just killed me as a you don't trust people anymore because when friends betray you, there's nothing you can kind of put it together. It's going to be really hard for you to understand. But you see, 30 years passed, and I'm here, and I'm really, you see, it kind of helped me in a way to fight things. But as I said, it's 30 years. And so 30 years, 30 full years, I am tired of somebody trying to get into my life all the time. And this was for me kind of a deadline to stop. I wouldn't call cooperating, but to stop looking for somebody interested. Because all the time when you're gang stalk, you said, if you do something this, if you do this, if you do this, you kind of maybe you're not going to get easy on you. This is what you keep all the time inside of you. This is what people are who are gang stalked. They continue bargaining with situations. All you have to do is simply to understand the there is no bargain. There's no such thing as getting away from those people. Okay, and they will just simply do anything possible. And the most dangerous, I call them, passive aggressive people that will be surround you, and they will kind of give you a normal attitude every day, or and then just suddenly they will have a knife in your back. You know what I mean? Figuratively speaking. So that's why people say, for instance, when I'm going to be 61 this year, so I'm not exactly a child, and the compromises, my in personal opinion, is my one of my biggest mistakes that I made over the years was actually compromising all the time. And because you think that you will have a normal life if you compromise and they're simply going to let you go, kind of a push in specific direction, like everybody you'll live like everybody in normal way. It's not always possible. I'm sure it's not. It's possible for a very long time, and then you will have you'll be stalked again when you are at specific ages. So now I'm looking back for places I've been and where I lived and so on and so on. And this is what I can say, that you will have several moments of your life that you're going to be gang stalked. I call them a repositioning of in society in order to work on you. So the um, uh, for instance, when you're young, you will have a specific situation with colleges, or then you will have family, not family, but like love relations. And so practically, there's always, when you reach the specific normal stages in your life, there's going to be somebody that after 40 years, like I am from now, you will know, you will not know then, but you will know now that this person was a gang stalker. Or it's going to be man or woman, whatever, but it's going to be gang stalker. It's going to be somebody between your friends. It's going to be somebody who where you work with, and so this way, um, the gang stalkers keep you on a specific level. This is how much you're gonna reach. You know, some people say, "Oh, this is American Dream," for instance. Well, it's the joke about yes, it's American Dream is a big thing, but there's exact expression that I heard about this. It's everything is possible, but not everything is real. And so this making not real, this is exactly when gang stalking comes, when you're on a roll. I would just give you my one simple example. I was really good when as I said, I have hotel and restaurant management degree. I had a situation. I was really well trained on specific computer software, and when I ended up in this specific software, I was really good on it. Like it's internal software when you run a hotel. And when I came here and I started working for a hotel, suddenly it was a very small hotel, and suddenly people who work with them, they heard that I'm really good with this. They start coming for assistance to me, and in a very short time, somebody came and replaced the software with something else. Again, the software was a computer software for a hotel, and simply I got isolated. And not just got isolated, the new training of this software went without me. And then I ended up being like, no, don't suddenly incompetent, as people say. So I had to be retrained and so on and so on. Before that, I worked on a different software. It was a very long time that I was trained, so I practically could do anything with the software with my eyes closed. So, what I want to go back to my father's patent now. And my father's patent, when I deal with it, it had this pattern and repeating situations, like a music that has the same for a specific time. It has the same melody and then goes then it comes back. So there's repeating situations, like a repeating pattern. In when I was searching for my father's software, I'm sorry, my father's patent, and my mother actually refused to help me because she said, if you keep looking for your father's patent, you will have a problem. And not just you have a problem, you can have a big problem because a couple of countries can play you and make you look horrible. Anyway, and so all I can do is to build credentials. And this is the only thing that will save you is credentials. I call it like a smoking gun. You have to have why people gang stalk you. People, when they gang stalk you, there's a reason to be gang stalked. And they will try to present you as you have no reason because they try to minimize you in a way that you have some kind of a grudge, you have a simple problem, a mental problem, and so on. They will do everything possible that you look that you're not credible of your talk. And the beautiful thing came when I find out my father's patent, and it took a very long time. It took, as I said, it was, I would say 25 years, 26, 7 maybe. When I start knowing first things too that will come, and then when you have information, when you find out why you gang stalked, then everybody who gang stalks you becomes a criminal in a way. Because, for instance, if somebody stole my, actually, I wouldn't say somebody, I know exactly, but I'm just doing the expression. If somebody stole my father's patent, uh, and then they try to gang stalk you and set you up, those people are zero morals. Those people are thieves in a way that try to look like heroes when they try to present you as a criminal, try to do things, talk to you behind your back, and present you like a garbage person. So, the they became, uh, as I said, they become, in a way, low lives. Okay, and when they're low lives, you always can say, in a way, they do this. For instance, somebody gang stalks you. You can always say, yeah, you do it because of this and this and this, and they will run. So this way, um, they will be really careful to approach you in a way, kind of to crowd you, in order, simply because they're going to be exposed. So, and not just that, there is a way. This way now you can look and say, those are people who did this, and those are people are criminals. So practically, the moment you are being gang stalked again by somebody, you grab this somebody. I'm not talking about physically, but you grab and connect this to them and to you, and they momentarily go on the level of criminals. You see what I mean? You can always say, "You did this to me. Now I know why you did it to me because you stole my father's nuclear patent. You're thieves, and now you're trying to bully me just because you want to defend yourself in a way." Let me kind of move better. I kind of feel more comfortable sitting. So, but as I said, you have to. This is one of the biggest creation, one of the biggest thing you have to build of credentials is why, and then become a second line of credentials. Second line of credentials is when gang stalkers would try to manipulate you, connecting you with somebody else. Okay? Usually somebody else can be criminals. Somebody else can be who knows what. Okay? And then you will realize that because of your you find out why you're gang stalked, you get to be connected with somebody else on through manipulation, and then you say, aha, this somebody else, whoever is not what they're talking about. For instance, I will give one example. Very recently, the son of Pablo Escobar, who was, one of the biggest drug dealers, went to television and said that his father worked for CIA. All right, and then the whole thing changes because who then sold the drugs, who allowed to sell the drugs, who manipulated, and so on and so on. Who it means that you connect people who maybe with that do some stuff maybe to you, maybe not, but as I said, because it's usually done through private security stuff, but you connect people who are criminals with somebody else and with gang stalkers, and then you say, aha, it means that those people created another crimes. For instance, whatever they're saying about drugs, it's not correct now. So you start to question everything that comes to you as information through your gun stalkers or through person who they try to connect you with. And then it's getting worse because you say, aha, those people are gang stalkers, or this person works for gang stalkers. So you connect this way somebody who works for gang stalkers through them. You don't know how they're connected, but if people go after those people, somebody, for instance, if you have trouble and you send somebody like investigators, if it's possible, or if you get into crime, they try to get into crime of some kind, you always can get sent justice to investigate things. So when they investigate, it's like they connect those people to the gang stalkers. It's like a, it's like was in mathematics. So who remember mathematics in high school? They were joking about this. If A is equal to B, right? And A is equal to C. It means B is equal to C. This is a rule of connections. So by getting your somebody who tried to be connected with you and that makes you look bad actually connects them to gang stalkers, but you don't see this. It's equivalent of like building a chain of dominoes. You have dominoes, you have like different numbers there, and you just collect a whole set of dominoes, and these dominoes are connected, but you don't see it. But investigators in the justice system, they do see it. So this way, now everybody who tries to do something to you are getting in this chain. So if somebody says, "Oh, this is criminal. This is some kind of crap and spy." Like I was called Russian spy. I mean, anywhere I went, and I am not from Russia. 47 years ago, and I haven't left the country for 30 years. You know what I mean? So they will try to create, and then you can simply know that this person is gang stalker, or he's connected to gang stalkers. Somewhere down the road, when they separate me and him or her, he will know real gang stalkers. Can be connected. He can connect the gang stalkers to him, and this way, they will whoever, if there is justice, can reach them. They can find handlers, but won't be able because it's simply too much of a complex connections we can do. So it's pretty much the same thing as spy versus spy. It's very hard to get the entire line of people, but bigger security organizations, they have brighter view. But this is the only thing you can do for yourself. It's you make sure it's kind of a find your own way how to stop them. But as I said, it's going to be really a long time before you'll be able to manipulate. Manipulate back. Simply because of my personal experience for a very long time. I was sometimes able to do that, but no, not lately. The reason is very simple because, which is very important part, by the way, the gangster. I left Salt Lake City and I came to Atlanta to take care of my mother, and I separated from my familiar place that I was in Salt Lake City for 34 years. So, plus, I think somebody participated, practically making sure that I cannot return. I said I was apartment hijack attempt here in Atlanta. I need the money simply to go to rent my own place because after divorce I won't have one. I don't have one, and it's gonna create a hard kind of a it's a great hard way of getting back to Utah. I will try to do it, but the way it is, as I said, this is the building credentials. It's why it's so important, and I have to kind of put them together. It's why you're being gang stalked, okay? Then you have situations of people that gang stalk you, and especially who are on the permanent spots, like you go to a specific organization, they try to screw you over. You go to work and you have bullies, and you have specific managers that something can be done to you, and they're there for a very long time. This is kind of a pillars of things that you can grab on and fight back, but there's no way for you not to fight back. The only way, as I said, is to fight back in a way, but this is really um, it's important because the moment you show your not I would say a weakness, but when you are nice, they even attack you when you are nice because people think that you are weak when you are nice. So as I said, there's a way to do it, but you have to do it your own way. You're unique in a way, and your experience is gonna be unique. And there's nothing else you can do. Whoever start gang stalking you made your path of life in a way. So the only way is to keep yourself healthy, because the health is the most important part when you deal with things. And the this is it pretty much. So building, as I said, building credentials is most important. And try to train your memory. I recently had a total recall for a lot of stuff, for small stuff. The try to get your old things like photos, things like this, and sometimes you can look at them, and after a while, whatever was associated with specific things like this, it can be um, kind of a can be a trigger for you. So some people, I don't know, I don't know if you find with the way I talk today, but I hope you are. As I said, I still have a damage. I still have damage to my esophagus. Sometimes I have a, and it's been since August, since the beginning of August. And as I said, the only thing, the worry, by the way, the worry is financial most of the time. It's simply, you have to kind of help yourself to be stable. But don't forget, if gang stalkers, one of the reasons why they do people, why they make people homeless is to, because they're easier prey. So now in the community, when you go in the community, sometimes there's it's called, when you go to live or your channel, there's a way to go through several like videos, then they're going to be live or community. Or this community, sometimes I write notes, and if you have questions, uh, for these notes, in comments, write something, and I will try to look and answer next time I do videos, live videos. Why I'm currently, as I said, live videos is because I don't have. I live in a really small apartment. This is one thing. Now, since my mother died, I'm cleaning it up, and I do not have something like a studio. In Salt Lake City, I had the whole office for myself, but I'm talking about at home now. We don't have my former wife and me. We don't live there, and as I said, I have only way like I can open my phone and start talking. I have another computer, but it's smaller. I need a new one. Again, money, and the when I'm done, like I'll be able to do like, some people do very good shows. When you look at Facebook, right? They have this nice microphone. Stuff behind them really looks good. So this is something I want to do. But as I said, this is when I finish all stuff here. And thank you all one more time. I see a few people are watching, and I hope you I was able to reach you in a way and explain. I hope you understand what it is. And I now realize that actually I have so much experience, but I'm not always, sometimes even to express maybe things that people look look at me and say, he's strange or something. But as I said, very simple. This is gang stalking, and gang stalking fighting back is pretty much you will achieve when you are kind of a seasoned person when you have part is intuition. The second part is experience as being places. But don't forget, gang stalkers are they're professionals, and the sometimes they deal like people in Nazi Germany. The reason I was just showing a very short, very simple example. In Ukraine, there was um, a soccer team, and the Germans decided to play a game with the soccer team and the Ukrainian team, and Ukrainian team beat the Nazis. Okay, and the they were very offended because they thought gonna um, they they're gonna win over Ukrainians. So it's as a retaliation they grabbed all the Ukrainian soccer players and executed them. So my point is they were so pissed off because of the loss. They lost. They lost in the end. And the same thing is uh, with gang stalkers and targeted individuals. Targeted individuals, when they want and achieve their things, can be um, retaliated against in a massive way. Okay, different. They can destroy your life. The you see the I just recently um, heard expression. It's called narcissistic injury. This is what you do to gang stalkers when you de facto pull their nose and shit. And this is but the thing is, as I said, it can only be done with a very long time and a big experience, a lot of sacrifices, and not just sacrifices, but you will be drained emotionally. I became gray practically within, almost totally within last year. So, and I thought for a very long time that some of the stuff was over, but it's not. And especially it became really ugly when I had a financial dealings done that it would have benefited me, and I could kind of develop a part of my life to be, in a way, free of some stuff. Oh man, I'm talking 33 years, 33 minutes already. I hope it's not. Um, I didn't keep you awake. If you're tired, because Monday is tomorrow, and that's what it is. Some stuff you cannot win. Some stuff you win for a very long time. And as I said, I hope it continues. But there's a legislation is being created in general, not just in the United States. There's a legislation being created from Canada, Australia, Germany, European countries uh, that will forbid people to talk about stuff that was days ago, those days before, uh, to be secret sometimes. So it's very hard to sometimes to distinguish this because if you try to talk about, for instance, surveillance, I mean, you are there right away, and um, it can be really interesting. People can simply be they shut them up very easy, and there's not much you can do about it. We'll see how it's gonna go, but that's why I stopped worrying about it. I see people say, "Oh, I'm stop worrying about the channel." People are dying. Oh, I want a channel. I have like 100,000 people. That yeah, it's nice. But as I said, I have channel almost 4 years, and I still have only 340 subscribers, which changes one or like 1 or 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 or something like version like few a month or even 6 months, it means that the algorithm for my account is not working properly. So I had another thing. A year ago, I was posting these videos on my Facebook page, and when I go through, like not from iPhone, but from my regular computer on the Facebook, and this Facebook, when I click on the video, it gives you first a message that it's kind of an extreme nature or some, not nature, but some kind of extreme content. Would you like to continue? It means there was a filter that would stop people to look at my videos when I click, when they click and go, it's supposed to click, either go in the app or go to watch them on the Facebook itself. So there is a sensor of some kind that simply stops you from watching this. And I don't know what I will do, what I can do, but as I said, that's why I don't. I mean, it's nice to have a lot of subscribers, for maybe financial part of like but if you think about it from us, from our view, what kind of a commercial would you put on Gang Stalking Insider? None. There should be no commercial. So it looks like for internet, my type of channels is not exactly a good thing. Okay. So that's why usually, as I said, it's I don't know how this thing can be monetized. I strongly doubt that it can be. So anyway, thank you guys. It's 37 minutes. I'm so sorry. It kind of went like 5 minutes. I was really excited about the talk. Okay, have a good night, and as I say, share. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe, and I'll be here. Have a good night.